Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Taking Care of Business. Today we have Dr. Deborah Cureton with the Educational Foundation of the University of South Carolina at Lancaster. They are featured today because they were one of 56 nonprofits that participated in the annual Give Local campaign hosted and put on by the Harris Foundation. The Harris Foundation had 56 participants this year and received over $253,000 in donations for those nonprofits. Today's show is made possible by Comporium Communications, Founders Federal Credit Union, INSP Crossridge, Oceana Gold, the Hell Operation, MUSC Health, Lancaster Medical Center, Nutramax Laboratories, and the PCI Group. We're also appreciative, as always, to be hosted by Mr. Marty Haynes. Today, you'll notice I'm not in the Haynes studio, but we still want to give a shout out to Marty for being a sponsor of the show, and we've got a brief commercial for Marty coming up.
Employee benefits are the best way to retain valuable employees. What you offer, ease of enrollment, and how you manage the cost of those benefits is very important. Healthcare is expensive. Some employees may delay or forego care. Are you just accepting that renewal increase, or are you actively managing the cost of healthcare and benefit design in order to keep the cost manageable for your employees? It's time to lay the groundwork, scrap the cookie cutter approach, and develop customized solutions that meet the goals of your business and the needs of your employees. If you are ready for real alternatives and a trusted advisor, give us a call.
Well, welcome back. And Deborah, welcome. Dr. Cureton, glad to have you on the show today.
Thank you for the invitation. I appreciate that.
Oh, absolutely. I tell you, you are a local hero, born here in Lancaster, went to school at USC, Lancaster, and on to USC, and just many things. And tell everybody a little bit about your track record and history and your passion for education.
I graduated from Bar Street High School and was recommended to USC Lancaster. I was on my way to Benedict College, but Principal Belk said USC Lancaster would be a better place for me. I'm the oldest of 7 kids. I was working my way through college, and he suggested USC Lancaster, and it was probably one of the best decisions I made in my life. It gave me confidence to know that I was a student of a competitive student. I did well there. I did well in Columbia. I got my master's in Columbia. I worked at USC Lancaster, and it's just been a marvelous, marvelous time for me in my life. It's my heart.
And I know it is, and that's why I wanted you to talk about that, because I think that's a perfect segue into your role as president of the Educational Foundation. And tell us a little bit about the purpose and the role of the Educational Foundation for USCL.
The foundation is the support unit for the university. Actually, it was created by the commission, and the commission, when they decided to create the university, was given permission to provide educational opportunities to a 7-county area. Then they committed the foundation then to manage all of that. So we manage scholarships, we manage grants, we fund different opportunities. And one of the great things that we do, I think, is the scholarship program. I don't know how many scholarships we give out, probably 100, a couple of hundred, maybe more than that. But every year except this past year, we would do a scholarship luncheon so that students will meet the people who are investing in their lives. So they will see this cadre of movers and shakers, and then everyday people who think enough of them to help them get the best education so that hopefully they will stay in our communities and grow our communities. So that's makes me very proud to be a part of that. I'm just in my first year as chairperson. I've only had one meeting that I've chaired, so I'm still learning about all that the foundation is doing. And in the moment now, we're getting ready to maximize our foundational master plan for the campus. We have a lot of goals to achieve in our master plan at this time.
Yeah, we've had Dr. Walt Collins and talked to him some about the master plan. There are some big plans over the next 10 years, and it's going to be exciting to watch the campus continue to grow. Another thing, along with the scholarships that most people don't know, most of the property in the buildings are actually owned by the foundation. And how did that come about?
I think that's because we belong to the commission. We're the functioning part of that. The commission is our governing piece, but we function as a part of that. So when we and if I'm not mistaken, I think the buildings do actually belong to them. But like I say, I'm new, so I'll find that out. If I'm wrong, I will come back and tell you.
Well, that's okay. I'm pretty sure that we're both right, that those buildings are owned by the foundation, and much of that money was raised locally, similar to how you guys are raising money for scholarships and through the Give Local. You mentioned the annual scholarship luncheon, and I know that's a really special time when those scholarship recipients get to mingle with people that they receive a scholarship in the honor of someone, and they're sitting with that person, and that's a really special moment for both the student and the scholarship that it's been named after. Talk to me a little bit about the different scholarships that exist. Are they targeted to a specific education degree, or are they broadly, any student can attain? Go through the scope of the scholarships a little bit.
All right. The scholarship donor can somewhat designate how they want their scholarship to be used. If they are interested in nursing, if that's their passion, they may set up a scholarship for a nursing student. If they're interested in a particular location, they may start a scholarship based on location. Say a student from Chester who comes here, they may start a scholarship for a particular major that they think students might be interested in. So it's up to the scholarship donor to decide most of that. And so they have a huge range of scholarships. There's so many of them, probably close to 200 to 300.
Wow.
So there's a wide choice. And on our website, you can see a listing of all of the scholarships that are available through USC Lancaster. And for such a small campus, that it is huge.
No, absolutely. And those scholarships, I know they range. Do you know what the range is from as far as the dollar amount of what a student can receive each year?
It's up to $3,000 a semester.
That's a huge difference. I mean, that's got to cover the majority of the tuition cost for a student to attend.
I was asking about that recently and realized that it was, I think, about $8,000 a year. And if they got a $3,000 scholarship, and if they were life students, then they've got $8,000, which takes care of a year's education at USC Lancaster, and it would be a top-notch education.
As you can attest to, exactly. Right down here.
Well, I've seen others take advantage of it as well.
Well, that's exactly right. So, how would so you mentioned the website. So if I'm a student and I want to apply for a scholarship, and I mean, I could still be a student, I can go back, but so how would I go about doing that, and where do I find those scholarship opportunities?
They will be on the website, and it will tell you how to apply for each scholarship, when the deadline would be, what the stipulations would be for that scholarship, and you would just apply to the scholarship committee, and they will decide who to interview and how to award the scholarships.
Okay. When I do that, do I have to select a particular scholarship that I'm applying for, or do I just apply in general?
You can apply generally or specifically. or
Okay.
generally and specifically.
Okay. Very, very good. And so you mentioned, and we talked about those scholarships being named, and I know just this last year, the Chamber of Commerce invested in a scholarship for students, and we're doing it in the honor of Mr. Bubba Gregory and also Mr. Charlie Bundy. And so looks like we've got a little technical challenge for Deborah.
We have a problem. Someone is trying to call in.
All right, they're trying to call into the show, so we'll try. Tell them we'll answer their question in about 5 minutes. How about that? So,
all right, I just declined it. I had to do that. I'm sorry. Would you repeat your question?
No, I wanted you to tell us about, we've got scholarships that are in honor of people. How does if somebody, a business or a person wants to start a scholarship fund, walk me through that process. Who do they call, and how can they set up a scholarship?
We'll call Shanna Dry and talk to her about what you want to do. She's in the advancement office for the University, USC Lancaster, and knows all about this. She will help set you up. You can set up a scholarship for a one-time scholarship. You can do that, or you can do an endowed scholarship. An endowed scholarship minimum is $10,000. That can be done at one time and set up as an endowed scholarship, so the proceeds from that will go for a scholarship. Or I think when I talked to Shanna about that, she says you can take as long as 5 years to endow your scholarship, and so it's there in perpetuity, and I can't say that word, but it continues to make money for the scholarship fund throughout.
Well, I'm glad you tackled that word and not me. I was going to say it lasts forever, and so the scholarships are annually given from that fund. The 5 years is a nice opportunity because it allows someone who makes that decision to not have to come up with the $10,000 all at once, and
absolutely,
and they can raise those funds. So that's a really nice opportunity. Anything else, Deborah, you can think of on the foundation you want to tell the group that's listening in today?
The foundation is interested in making sure that people know that they can get the high quality education here at home. Personally, it bothers me when I talk to somebody and they say they don't know that we have a university. So we're working on presence. When you come into our area, you should know, you should know that there's a university right there. So right. We're trying to then get the campus beautified so that it speaks for itself. It announces itself when you see it. That's one of the things that we're doing. We're trying to join the campus more intimately with the rest of the community, getting downtown. We want Lancaster to be a college town and not just a town with a college. And I kind of like that idea. We're working with increasing our presence in Indian land so that they know, come this way if they want quality education. So we're doing a lot to showcase who and what we are as an educational facility. And that it's working its way into people's psyche. Because we were chosen the number one community college last year in the state. Whoa. I mean, what does that say about what Lancaster has to offer its citizens? We were chosen number 2 in the nation. What does that say about what Lancaster offers to its community? So we want to get a closer walk with the community, town-gown relationships. So we're working on a lot of things to help our community, our citizens, focusing on our students. We want everybody to be involved, to understand that this is a community treasure.
It really is. And, I think you hit on it. So many times when we have an asset in our community, we often overlook it. We think that it's got to be better somewhere else than what we have right here. And anyone that has a student currently in our public schools, they need to start looking at USC Lancaster because it's a true gem. It's a great cost value, but it's a great academic value, and that's the important thing. And the university is growing leaders. They're producing community leaders, and it's wonderful to see. I appreciate your volunteerism to continue to be part of the university in your role and being a community leader yourself, Dr. Cureton. Thank you very much. Thank you for being on the show today. And
thank you for having me.
Yeah, you're welcome, and really enjoyed it. It's always great to talk to you. We always have a laugh here or there, and I'm just glad that my dog didn't get on the rampage at the same time your phone was ringing. We really had some excitement. So, everybody have a great day. We'll be back in a couple of weeks with our next show. Take care.
Okay. Thank you.